Hazira binti Abdul and you are watching Malaysia Hari Ini. So, in this segment, we will show you the defamation case between Teresa and Syarhan Humaizi Abdul Halim. Let me tell you a little bit of these two important people. As we know, Teresa is a Malaysian politician who served as the Minister of Primary Industry in the Pakatan Harapan administration under Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad from July 2018 to the collapse of the PH administration in February 2020. In this case, the only plaintiff involved in this defamation case is Teresa as the parliament in Seputeh, while the only defendant that was involved in this case is Syarhan Humaizi Abdul Halim. He is the Selangor Pasios chief. He is being the defendant after he published 2 articles in his Facebook page, and he got many response and comment from his followers. If you want to know more, let's see the documentary about this case and also a later discussion that was held by Teresa Syarhan Humaizi Abdul Halim and their lawyers in Skype. So let's see.
The types of defamation. The types of defamation in this defamation case are libel. Libel is a defamatory statement in a permanent form. It can be made in writing, in print, or some other permanent form, such as the broadcasting of words by radio or television. In the article of Malaysia Kini, Teresa as a plaintiff said that the posting and the article from Syarhan Humaizi's statement contains false and libelous allegations. A racist and bigot, radical, a terrorist, and a dishonest person who is ineligible to hold the position of a member of the cabinet. Defendant's statement of defense filed on 29 March 2019 claimed that the first article he published on his Facebook page was based on true facts and had a reasonable political response to the AP, in addition to claiming that it was not defamatory to the Teresa as a plaintiff. Next, ways of defamatory statement that being used in this case is writing. Writing is publishing untrue statement by writing it down or printing on a surface by producing words, letters, or numbers that give necessary information or meaning. For this case, the defendant published 2 articles on his social media. The first article was posted on his Facebook page entitled Ustaz Khalil's page was true, DAP do not be rude. The second article was posted on news portal Malaysia Today entitled Teresa does not agree to Islam being the official religion of the Federation.
Good morning. I'm Teresa Susim, and I'm a Malaysian politician who served as the Minister of Primary Industry in the Pakatan Harapan administration under former Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad. In this case, I'm the only plaintiff involved in this defamation case and as a parliament in Seputeh.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Syarhan Humaizi Abdul Halim, and I am a Selangor Pasios chief, and I am the only defendant in this case.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Wan Rohimi Wan Daud. I am a lawyer of Syarhan Humaizi Abdul Halim.
Hi, I am Alice Ng Ziche. I am Teresa lawyer.
Okay, so today I will explain about the details of this case. So first thing first, I would like to explain about the definition of what is defamation. So defamation is the publication of a statement which affects a person's reputation in that it tends to lower him in the situation of right-thinking members of society, generally by making them shun or avoid him. So the concept is an elusive one and is limited in its variety varieties only by human inventiveness. So in this case is one of the examples that happened to plaintiff Seputih Member of Parliament, which is YB Teresa, which granted 80,000 damage by the High Court in a defamation suit she brought against me, the defendant of this case, over defamatory statements that said YB Teresa was an anti-Islam, a racist, a bigot, and also a dishonest minister in my personal Facebook page. And the words written were slander. And YB Teresa also claimed that the article was bereft of the truth, grossly negligent, and malicious, and aimed to lower her esteem in the eyes of the public. So, Miss Alice, can you explain more about the detail of this case? Thank you.
Thank you. In the article that has been written by the Age Market, after considering the trend of damages awarded in similar cases, the judge said 80,000 ringgit Malaysia in general damages would be a reasonable amount, coupled with 100,000 ringgit Malaysia in cost. Thus, according to the High Court Judge Muhammad Firuz, the sum of 80,000 ringgit is not for the purpose of punishing the defendant, but rather an amount for the plaintiff to recover the damage to her reputation, and the sum awarded is not for the enrichment of the plaintiff. As the court acknowledges that the right to speak is to guarantee the Constitution, but that right is subject to law, especially involving a sedition act. Meanwhile, Encik Wan Rahimi Wan Daud, which is defendant lawyer, when met by reporters, said he will discuss with his client whether he wants to file an appeal regarding to his decision or vice versa. Encik Wan Rahimi, could you please explain more about the issues of the case?
Okay, thank you, Miss Alice. I will tell about the issues of this case. In the suit filed on February 4, 2019, Teresa Koch alleged Syarhan, as the defendant, had written and uploaded an article entitled Ucapan YB Ustaz Khalil Benar, DAP Jangan Kurang Ajar, in his Facebook account on January 2019, in the same year, which is also published by the print and social media in the country and abroad. In her statement of claim, Teresa Koch excused the defendant of also producing another article entitled Teresa Koch did not agree with Islam as federal official religion in the news portal Malaysia Today on January 12, 2019. The plaintiff claimed the defamatory words in both articles, among others, mean she was anti-Islam, racist, and abused her power as minister, as well as unethical and cannot be trusted. Other than that, Syarhan, in his statement of defense filed on March 29, 2019, alleged in the first article produced by him was based on facts and reasonable political reactions against DAP, apart from claiming did, did not slander the plaintiff. Syarhan also claimed he did not produce the second article, apart from alleging the article was not related to the plaintiff, which is Teresa Koch. Not just that, Teresa Koch also asked Syarhan to make a public apologize, because the words that he said is all wrong and provoking slander between racism and religion. So, YB Teresa Cook, could you explain the court of decision that has been made?
Okay, thanks to Encik Wan Rohimi. So the court decision that has been made by the Justin Datuk Muhammad Firoz Jafril said the act by defendant, he met the three elements of the defamation, which is that the article was referring to the plaintiff, also was published by the defendant, and the words written were slander. Despite there being freedom of speech, Muhammad Firoz said this freedom does not go beyond what is allowed under the law. I disagree with the assertion and the plaintiff's actions. Her support for ICERT and her opposition to RUU 355 show that the plaintiff is an anti-Islam, said the judge. After considering the trend of the measures awarded in similar cases, the judge said 80,000 ringgit Malaysia in general damages would be a reasonable amount coupled with 10,000 ringgit Malaysia in costs. The sum of 80,000 ringgit is not for the purpose of punishing the defendant, but rather an amount for the plaintiff to recover the damage to her reputation, said Muhammad Firoz. So, asked if the defendant intends to file an appeal against the decision, Wan Rahimi said he has yet to discuss it with his client. 80,000 ringgit is a fair amount and is considered fairly low. The judge said that the amount is not to punish the defendant, but rather to allow some space for the plaintiff to recover her reputation.
From this case, we can conclude that the defendant must pay to my plaintiff in amount 80,000 ringgit Malaysia for the statement that referring to my plaintiff, Teresa Cook, was an anti-Islam, a racist, a bigot, also a dishonor minister in defendant's personal Facebook page, and the words written were slander. I hope the defendant could give the cooperation in settling this case. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's all that we can cover from the defamation case between Teresa Cook and Syarhan Humaizi Abdul Halim. We hope that we can make it clear to the others regarding this case, and thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum and see you again.